Good morning, any fifth grader. Here we go. We're going to do this as quick as we can. We're going to count by 12s from 12 to 84. Count by 5s from 3 to 53. Oh, wow, what a good exercise. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, etc. All right, so this is also to help us get better at our number sense. Count by 5s from 3 to 53. I didn't finish. Oh, I didn't finish that one. That's okay. I'm going to skip it. Okay, 5s from 3 to 53. It should be 3, 8, 13, 18, 23, 28, 33, 38, 43, 48, 53. 5s are easier than 12s. How many is 2 dozen? I have 2 dozen is 24. 3 dozen is 36. This is reinforcing this up here. 4 dozen is 48. That's a terrible 8. There you go. Michaelo has 48 pages. He must read 25 more pages to finish his book. How many pages long is the book? 48 plus 25 is close to 75. This is less 75, so it's 73. And the airplane was 1,200 meters above the ground. If the plane climbs another 340 meters, how high will it be? Then it's just adding that, so it's 1540. And then percent of 20. 50% of 20 is 10. 25% of 20 is 5. Because 5 times 4 is 20. And 10% of 20, 10 times what is 20, is 2. 10 times 2 is 20. Time, how many days is in 32 weeks? I'm going to think there are 7 weeks. Time into 32. So 32 divided by 7 is going to be, oh no, 7 times 32, because there's, right, that makes sense. Okay, 7 times 3 is 21, or 210, because it's 7 times 30, and 7 times 2 is 14. Add those together, or I got 224, or 4, not 5. Don't copy the example. It's 224. And this one we're going to calculate. 4 times 9 is, let's see, that's 36. I'm going to subtract 1, that's 35. I'm going to divide it by 5, that's 7. I'm going to add 1, that's 8, and multiply it by 4, and I'm back at 36. Oh my word. No, 32. I messed up. Don't copy the example. It's 32. All right. There, back at 30 at least. Anyway, okay, next thing we need. Choose an appropriate problem-solving strategy to solve this problem. I'm going to skip that. We're going to be talking about pairs of lines, it looks like. When lines cross, we say that they intersect. This is an important thing to put in your journals, your math journals. Intersect at some point, or they do not intersect at all. So lines that go in the same direction and do not intersect are called parallel lines. They never cross. These are parallel. They don't look like it, but they are. All right, the ones here in the middle here anyways. All right, and parallel lines always stay the same distance apart. So think of train tracks. That's a good example. Lines on the same surface that are not parallel are called intersecting lines. So there's actually a name for a line that crosses like this, and maybe not necessarily for these, but this one here is definitely perpendicular. All right, there it is. They just are perpendicular. And these ones over here are oblique. Square corners, that's what perpendicular means, so it's perpendicular. And the other two pairs of lines, segments, are oblique. In other words, they aren't perpendicular. They don't go across straight. All right, example 1. There, draw 2 lines that intersect but do not form a square corners. Many arrangements are possible. So it really doesn't matter what we do. We can do it like this. We can do it like this. We can do it like this, really tiny. Anyways, those are all oblique, right? Which one of these figures do not appear to contain perpendicular segments? Looks like it's just this one. Notice this special mark here. Square. Anything that's square is 90 degrees. So even though this one's on its side, it has that 90-degree mark. So it's still perpendicular, not oblique. All right. One more. Which one's perpendicular? It is these. This is perpendicular. This is perpendicular. This is perpendicular. Has to slide. This is very important to remember right here. This would be something that you could write down in your journal again because it's just really important. A straight line equals 180 degrees. This obtuse angle is anything bigger than 90 degrees. So it's going to be greater than, goes this way, greater than 90. And a right angle is 90 degrees, and anything smaller than a right angle is acute, or less than 90 degrees. So an angle whose opening is less than a right angle is acute. And if it's larger, it's obtuse. If it's a straight line, it's 180. So which one of these appears to be a right angle? Looks like just this one right here. If I look, this one looks a little bigger than 90. This one's a little smaller, and this one's a little bigger, right? So here we go. Sorry about the email ding. Back at this right. Oh, I have to go back one more, don't I? A 90-degree angle. All right, here we go. We are going to start practicing. This is lesson 31, so we're doing odds. Yeah, we're going to do odds. And went away, formula, and solve the problem. Actually, we're going to do 1 to 3 because this one has a formula in it. I want you to practice those formulas. Draw a pair of intersecting lines that are perpendicular. All right, so if they're perpendicular, I would look then, and then said, draw an obtuse angle. And we just covered it right. Oh, we have obtuse examples right in here. Remember, this is acute, it's too small. This is a perpendicular angle or a 90-degree angle, and this is an obtuse because it's larger than a 90. Straight line is also obtuse, but it's a straight line as well, so we call it a straight line instead of obtuse. All right, number 3. How many? Oh, that was that. Okay, number 2. El Nasha bought a kaleidoscope for $4.19. She paid for it with a $10 bill. So I got $4.19. I have a $10 bill. How much money should she get back? So translate the problem by using sum minus sum went away formula and solve sum and sum. So she has sum, $10, and $4.19. Oh, my writing today. $4.19 goes away equals change. C for change, right? And then go ahead and solve it. How many hours are there in 7 days? How many hours are there in 7 days? That is thinking how. How many hours are in a day? Or how many hours are in a day? You have 24, right? So if there are 24 hours in one day, and I multiply it by 7, I should have the total number of hours, right? So 24 times 7. I'll let you find that one. 5. What fraction of this group is shaded? All right, you count the whole number of them. You put that number on the bottom. Let's see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is on the bottom. What fraction of this group is shaded? So the shaded number goes on top. Number 7. Remember to regroup. You have regrouping here and here. And number 8. Oh, no, you don't do that one. But you do this one, which is algebra a little bit. So how do I figure that out? Remember to undo this, or if it's a multiplication family, remember multiplication and division go together. 5 times n is the same as n times 5 equaling 280. But it also is the same as, if I were to do this multiplication problem, 5 divided into 280 equals n, goes up there somewhere, and n divided into 280 would give me 5. So there you go. I think you can figure this one out. All right. I definitely wouldn't try to solve it this way. All right. But that is the parts of the family. All right. Next slide. We're doing odds. So this is pretty doable. I think you can handle this. This is nice how they offset it a little bit. Remember, your decimals don't matter in multiplication until you're completely done. The way they line this up is they only lined up the two numbers that you actually have to multiply. 0, you have a 0 property, so you don't mess with that, right? Okay, 14, compare 1/10 of 100. Is it bigger or is it less than? So you're looking for a this or a this or a this in this circle right there. Number 16. Okay. Easiest way to do this one is how? Maybe if I add all of these up and then I subtract them from 300, maybe I would get the right answer. Maybe. Okay. 19. 19 is, let's see, 19 is, no, I did 16, so we're at 18. There it is. Oh, cool. Look at this. We have a PEMDAS problem here. These are grouped, and remember PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, and addition and subtraction. There we go. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, or something like that. Okay. Number 20, multiple choice. Which of these numbers has neither 2 nor 5 as a factor? So doesn't have either of them, not just one of them. So there's only one. Yeah, I can see it. Okay, so I bet you can figure this one out. Remember the rule. There's a rule. If 2 is in a number, and there's a rule if 5 is in a number, it has to end in 0 or 5 if 5 is in the number. If it's a 2, that has to be an even number, right? All right, so let's see, 22. What number is the numerator of the fraction 2/3? There are two things. There's a numerator and there's a denominator. And you need to choose which one it is. All right, have fun.